Hey guys, Zero here. I just wanted to do a quick video because there's been a lot of debate recently over the meaning of skill floor. Now, skill ceiling, most people can agree with, means you're the most effective on your character that you can be. Whereas skill ceiling is a little more up for debate. There's one group of people that says that a high skill floor means that a character is easy to pick up, easy to be effective with, while there's another group that will tell you that a low skill floor means a character is easy to pick up. I wanted to offer an alternative way of thinking about this that I think is a little more accurate and maybe a little more intuitive as well. So on one axis, we have effectiveness. Now on 0% effectiveness, you would be standing in spawn, doing nothing, being completely ineffective. While at 100%, you are a master of the character. You are doing the absolute maximum you can do, maximum value. You're 100% effective. And on the other axis, we have skill. So skill is your mechanical abilities like your aim and your movement, or your map awareness, your game sense, that sort of stuff. So with a relatively basic character like Soldier 76, you might have a graph that looks something like this. As you become more skilled, you become more effective. Soldier's a character that doesn't have many complex mechanics and mostly relies on aim. So as you get more skilled at aiming, you'll usually become better at playing Soldier 76. You'll become more effective on him. Now let's take a character like Reinhardt, for example. Now, depending on which camp you sit in, he has a low or a high skill floor, but let's not get into that. This is where this graph is quite useful. So Reinhardt would have a curve that looks something like this, where at the start, he's quite easy to be effective with. You can be quite low skilled and you can be relatively effective on him. But as you get more skilled, it becomes harder and harder to be more effective with him because he has a high skill cap or effectiveness cap. Now let's take a character like Genji, who undoubtedly has a high skill cap and, depending on which way you look at it, a high or a low skill floor. He would have a curve that looks something like this, which is an S-curve. So at the start, he's difficult to pick up, and then as you master the mechanics, you can become more and more effective. But as you reach the higher levels of skill, it becomes harder and harder to become more effective with Genji. Now there are other curves that you could look at as well. For example, if a character was difficult to pick up in the beginning, but then becomes easier once you've got the mechanics down, you would have a curve that looks something like this. At the start, you don't see much gains as you become more skilled, but then as you figure out the mechanics, you become more and more effective. And then you might have an inverted S-curve that would look something like that, where you become good on the character quite quickly, and then you might hit a plateau, and then as you figure out more mechanics, you become more and more effective on that character. I quite like this way of thinking of it because it gives a little less room for ambiguity. I get the definitions of a low versus high skill floor, meaning an easy to play character, but I think this is a much more accurate way of thinking about it. Now, I doubt this way of thinking will catch on, but who knows, maybe someday we'll be referring to Genji as an S-curve hero or something like that. Anyway, I hope this video has been useful or at least interesting to you. If you enjoyed the video, then feel free to subscribe for more content like this. But until next time, thanks for watching and cheers.